Do 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 do. Hey guys, look who's at it again with the snappiest educational videos in the West. It's me. This right here, this thing is Playa Lake, and that is the topic of our presentation. As you can see, it's a lake surrounded by some tall hills. So there's actually a thing called a Playa Lake. Very clever of you, Mr. Robbins. It's a thing where there's kind of like a small little basin, kind of like a hollowed out thing in the ground, where sometimes there's a lake there, but in other times of the year that the lake is evaporated and there's no water there anymore. And we'll get back to that in a second. Oh, and here is a photo of our model. I would say it looks pretty good if I do say so myself, because our skilled model workers worked really hard on that. Also, here's a top view and a front view, which, well, that's our side view picture because the front could count as a side, I guess. And here's a picture of our map on top of our model, so you can see that our model is correct. And now, for the statistics. So most of the basin is at a pretty flat 240 feet above sea level. Some of the hills do go up to 720 feet above sea level. And the contour interval is 40 feet, which makes the index contour interval 200 feet. Oh, and you can't really see it in this picture, but on our map, it's here. There's a little dip in the middle that's estimated to be around 200 feet above sea level. So now it's time for the frequently asked questions. 1. What is the contour interval? I think I said that already. It's 40 feet. What's the lowest elevation? Well, I believe it's in this little dip at 200 feet. What is the highest elevation? Pretty sure it's this little peak at 720 feet. What is the difference in elevation between the lowest and the highest, also called the relief? Pretty sure that's 520 feet. Where's the steepest area? It was a little tricky to find, but I do believe it's this area right here. Where's the least change in elevation? This one's pretty easy. It's just this whole bottom part right here. So now I'm gonna give examples of Playa Lake in real life. Originally, I was just going to include some examples of basins that have lakes in them. But no. Like I said before, Playa Lakes are a specific type of basin lake. It's specific because it only appears in a certain time of year and is often kind of in the circular shape, not whatever's going on here. So some actual good examples are Groom Lake in Nevada, Lake Namak in Iran, and Racetrack Playa in Death Valley, California. I mean, that one even has Playa in the name, it's kind of a given. So it's time for some more frequently asked questions. Where did the salt that was deposited in the beds of Playa Lakes come from? Well, since Playa Lakes are only around for certain times of year, like how I said earlier that we would come back to that, when the lake is evaporated and it's salt water, it leaves the salt behind, and then there's salt, and that's why a lot of Playa Lakes are salt deposits. Or, I don't know if they're called deposits, but you know, places where you get salt. But anyway, that's where the salt comes from. Question answered. And for the second FAQ, why would the Playa Lakes be a challenge for pioneers that are trying to explore westward? Well, it would certainly be confusing because since the lakes exist in some parts of the year and don't exist in some, they would look at a map and be like, well, Jerry here says that there's a lake here. But Commander, I don't see a lake, I just see a barren wasteland. Well, I'm certainly confused. That would probably happen, or maybe vice versa. It also would have been bad if they decided to build, like, a town or a village or something there, and then the lake came in and flooded that. That'd be, like, on the worst case scenario, though. But they would have their salt supply taken care of.